Pooh Shiesty. Pooh Shiesty. Pooh Shiesty, nephew. I don't know. Let's talk about this Pooh Shiesty case. I got the paperwork, and we're going to skim through it.
Legally locked, truth don't stop. Courtroom drama, we stay on top. Hit subscribe, you know the vibe. Like my page, get ready to ride. Legal cases, law unpacked. Click that play and don't look back. Legally locked, legally locked.
So on January 10th, about 5 p.m., Pooh Shiesty, his daddy, and like 7 other people decided that they wanted to rob Gucci Mane and kidnap him, allegedly.
Allegedly.
You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. That's what the Fed's saying. I ain't saying it. That's what the Feds is saying. The background information is Pooh Shiesty is essentially... Pooh Shiesty is essentially an artist that was signed to Gucci Mane. He was signed to Gucci Mane back in April of 2020. About 2 years later, he was sentenced to federal prison for 5 years for a conspiracy to possess firearms and furtherance of a violent or drug trafficking charge. So you already ain't due but 2 years in your deal before you got sent up the road. So he did 3 out of the 5 years. They let him out early, 2025, and let him do house arrest. So he was home on house arrest with an ankle monitor. And let me tell y'all, I felt sorry for Pooh Shiesty. I did. When Pooh Shiesty got let out, he went and he did an interview. I can't remember if it was with Shannon. I don't think it was Shannon Sharp. He did an interview with someone, and he talked about how they had him in solitary confinement for so long, and he was going crazy. And I was like, man, I feel sorry for that boy, man. Why y'all shouldn't have put nobody in no solitary confinement for weeks and months and stuff like that. Now I about don't feel goddamn sorry for Pooh. Because the people let you out and you decided to go and do some wild stuff. So anyway, fast forward to January, which was only a few months after he was let out. His daddy, Pooh Shiesty, and a few others decided they were going to go meet up with Gucci Mane and make him sign some documents that would release Pooh Shiesty from his current music contract with Gucci Mane. So the documents say that Gucci Mane and his head of security, they all got together and they flew to Dallas. Because that's where Pooh Shiesty was. Pooh Shiesty was in Dallas. So Gucci Mane and his folks, Gucci down in Miami, got on this jet, flew to Dallas, thinking he finna go and talk some business with Pooh Shiesty. When Gucci and his security got to the studio, they realized, oh, we here early. The studio was closed. Let's go to the liquor store. We're going to go get some liquor and some red cups. We finna do a little studio session. By 3 p.m., the studio owner came, opened the studio up. They said... some of the victims heard Pooh Shiesty on his phone talking to his parole officer, and the parole officer was like, hey, man, you need to get back home. And he was like, nah, my caseworker, gave me freedom. I had rec time to go out and handle this business. And the parole officer was like, nah, nigga, get your ass back home. You ain't supposed to be out nowhere. Get back home. Pooh Shiesty then says, all right, Gucci Mane, let's go talk. Gucci like, well, if you're in a little situation, we can reschedule this. Pooh like, nah, man, let's go ahead and start talking. So they said Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane, they go into the studio, and I guess his daddy comes in with him as well. And they said they could see, things starting to heat up. The guys are talking a little tougher. They getting a little upset and said, Pooh Shiesty told Gucci Mane, you need to sign this paperwork and let me out of the contract. And the security guards, they wasn't in there. Gucci had security guards with him that were off-duty police officers. And they said, man, we saw it kind of getting a little intense, but, we kind of let them handle their business. We didn't want to get involved. They said Pooh Shiesty then tells one of his homeboy, man, go get my bag. So he brings the bag to Pooh Shiesty. Now, mind you, this is all allegedly.
Allegedly.
Said, Pooh Shiesty said, hey, man, go get my bag. Get my bag. Take the bag to Pooh Shiesty. Pooh Shiesty pull out his weapon, and he points it at Gucci and said, Gucci, man, you better sign this goddamn paperwork and let me go. Said somebody else, I don't know if it was the daddy or the homeboy, said he got in front of the door and was like, ain't nobody leaving until this paperwork gets signed. So Gucci, of course, you got a gun in your face. He was like, man, let me go ahead and sign this. I don't want no problems. So they said as Gucci is signing the paperwork, mind you, the paperwork was printed out at Staples. They got Pooh Shiesty daddy going into Staples to print the paperwork off. So anyway, Gucci done signed the paperwork. Pooh Shiesty look at the paperwork, read it, da-da-da-da-da. Hey, Dad, this good? Say the daddy come and say, make his ass date it. Make his ass put a date on it and say, Daddy recorded it. Date that shit, Gucci. And I'm just like, I'm just confused. I'm sitting here like, you told him to date it and you recorded him? This is crazy.
This is crazy.
I ain't never seen no shit like this. You already done told your PO can already see where you at. Now you recording the man, signing the contract, and telling them to date it. Y'all just doing anything. They said then after that, Shiesty other homeboys then began to rob Gucci, the cameraman in the studio. They took the cameraman's Rolex, his Louis bag, choked him up. He a white boy. They done choked him up. You know you getting in trouble. You done put hands on him. Said the cameraman had air tags on all of his stuff, like his watches and his bag. So all of that stuff was traceable. Said they took Gucci wedding band, Gucci watch. Like they just really was robbing. My thoughts on this whole situation is Mr. Pooh Shiesty, there was only two ways this thing was going to go. You either was going to go to jail or the old Gucci was going to wake up and you might have got put in the dirt. Now, where y'all messed up at is y'all done brought innocent people into this mess, like the cameraman, the studio owners, the off-duty police, and y'all robbing these folks. Y'all is going to goddamn jail. This is what I'll say. There had to be other ways to get this squared away, Mr. Shiesty. If Gucci ain't want to let you out your deal and you still owed him like some money or some albums, man, knock them goddamn albums out. With so much technology nowadays, you could have set up a home studio instead of plotting to go after Gucci. You could have just set up your home studio and just record, knock them goddamn albums out and go on about your goddamn business. We just saw Drake do that with Universal. He had like a few albums left, and then he just started putting them out back to back to get out of his deal. It's just sad and unfortunate all the way around. I feel like, I'm not a black man, but I just feel like some black men out there have low self-worth. I think some of them feel like, well, heck, I'm either going to go to jail or die anyway, so I don't give a damn about going to jail. I got a family member who did some crazy shit like this too. He had been in prison, got out, less than a few weeks, he was right back. Went right back for something just as weird and crazy like this. And I'm like, bruh, what? It's sad how, like, going to jail is just another day at the office for some people. Like, jail must got some good food in there. I ain't never been. Does jail have good food? Like, what is making the people want to go back? Does jail have good food? Like, are the beds comfortable? Why you want to keep going back to jail? Why? And academics. How old is academics, right? Academics is 34 years old, and he's still sitting in his basement talking about people snitching. Like, I ain't trying to judge AK for his content. I don't think people should be able to police other people's content unless that content can cause people to get hurt. And I think some of the things that academics decides to cover in such a sensationalized way can lead to people getting hurt. And you know what? It was cool 20 years ago because you was a young 20-year-old kid. But now at 34, bro, you almost 40. Why are you still sensationalizing this stuff? Like, just cover the content with all the extra, is Gucci a snitch? Is Gucci ain't living by the code? Like, come on, man. Come on. Gucci is almost 50 goddamn years old at this point. Gucci man is almost 50 years old, and we talking about, is the man a snitch? This man got a wife, got kids. We ain't even really heard about Gucci being in the streets anymore, and we got academics at almost 40 years old sitting up on the internet talking about Gucci, is you a snitch? ATL, y'all going down. There's snitches and rats everywhere, man. Come on, man. Now, I don't know if Gucci man gonna take the stand, but if he decides to, we gotta stop like pushing this culture of, since you was a gangster, you still gotta handle things in a gangster way. You ain't gotta keep living like that. Gucci should not be upheld to, oh, well, you was a gangster 10 years ago, you need to still be a gangster. And that video floating around that Gucci is like, I'm not no snitch, I'm not going to the police, that's an old video. People are trying to say that video is new and in relation to this situation, and it's not. This man probably just want to go home to his wife and kids in Miami. He don't live in Atlanta no more to keep him pulled away from that type of environment. So this is unfortunate for everybody involved. I don't want to see Gucci Mane caught up in no street stuff, and it's unfortunate that Pooh Shiesty didn't see enough value in his freedom to stay away from this type of wildness, man. It's just unfortunate, man. It is unfortunate. Now, what I can say is, hold on, because TMZ just dropped an article. One of the other rappers who was caught up in all of this foolishness with Pooh Shiesty, his name is Big 30. I don't know nothing about Big 30. The only reason I know about Pooh Shiesty because the little kids say they got a Shiesty mask. I don't even really know a lot about Pooh Shiesty. So Big 30 was one of the dudes kind of like in the entourage when this situation went down. His lawyers are now speaking, and his lawyers said this is all just a misunderstanding. His lawyer says the feds are over sensationalizing what happened. This was just a little disagreement between men. His lawyers is saying Pooh Shiesty and the rapper Big 30. Let's see if we got a picture of Big 30. Pull Big 30 up right here. So Big 30's lawyer. Now look, Big 30 look innocent to me. I don't think Big 30 was down with this shit. This picture right here make him look innocent. But anyway, Big 30's lawyer is saying Pooh Shiesty and the rapper Big 30 went to the studio to make music. Big 30 wasn't involved with no intentions on premeditating, robbing, and kidnapping nobody. Big 30 said, man, I ain't know nothing about none of this shit here, man. Now, Big 30's lawyer is talking about he heard that Gucci Mane made over $25 million off of Pooh Shiesty while he was locked up. First off, if you a lawyer, what you on here talking about what you goddamn heard? Don't get on no internet talking about what you heard. Talking about you heard. Now, Pooh Shiesty's lawyer, Bradford Cohen, said, we are going to examine all of these witness statements very carefully and accurately, and he believes that what the individuals told the feds is not exactly how the feds wrote it up. They trying to say the feds like spiced this thing up. That ain't what they said. He said, I'm not sure those individuals said what was said in the indictment. So Pooh Shiesty lawyer is like, I don't even believe it. I don't believe none of this. Now, we also found out that there's a lot of surveillance of this situation, but there is no surveillance of what happened in that studio with Gucci Mane. There's no surveillance of them with weapons. So that's why Pooh Shiesty's dad and some other people are being granted bond, because they really ain't got no evidence of the weapons and of the, of the altercation with Gucci. What they do have evidence of, the knuckleheads who was rolling with Pooh Shiesty, they took Gucci Mane's wedding bands and the cameraman, his Rolex. After they stole the stuff from the people, they went and got on the internet and flashing it. So y'all gonna stay in goddamn jail. Now let's go back to this thing about, did Gucci Mane make $25 million off of Pooh Shiesty while he was in jail? That's a big number. That's a large number. Like, who is making $25 million off streaming alone? Because I know, like, Pooh Shiesty ain't got no merch. I don't think Pooh Shiesty got no merch. So I don't think Gucci was selling Pooh Shiesty merch while he was locked up. Most artists make their money touring. So I don't believe this thing that Gucci Mane made $25 million off of Pooh Shiesty off of streaming. I don't believe that. Sounds like this case is going to boil down to a lot of witness testimony. Who's actually going to tell the truth? Is Gucci Mane, because Gucci Mane is the victim who was involved with the kidnapping. Is he going to get on the stand and tell what happened? Or is Gucci Mane's off-duty security, are they going to be the ones to tell the story? So a lot of people are saying, hey, man, Pooh Shiesty might be able to shake out of this a little bit. He ain't going to be able to shake all the way because he already violated his probation or his parole. So he going to get violated on that. What you do that for? But they're saying he might be able to beat this kidnapping and burglary charge because ain't no footage of what happened unless Gucci Man decides to take the stand and point it out. Child.
Legally locked where the truth don't stop. Courtroom drama, we stay on top. Legal cases, law unpacked. Click that play and don't look back. Hit subscribe, you know the vibe. Like my page, get ready to ride. Like my page, get ready to ride.